Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn to Become an Animator. In this video, we'll go through overview of the animation principle. Squash and stretch. Squash and stretch used where many objects have some level of flexibility in their shapes. It's also useful in animating dialogue and facial expression. It is used for all kind of animation from bouncing ball to full body animation to show the weight and flexibility. Anticipation. Anticipation is an effective tool for indicating what is about to happen. For example, a character can't jump without going down towards floor before jump. That going down backwards motion is called anticipation. Staging. A strong and clear pose or action should clearly communicate to the audience the attitude, mood, reaction, idea of the character, and continuity of the storyline. Staging directs the audience attention to the story or idea being told. Straight ahead and pose to pose animation. In straight ahead method, animator literally walks straight ahead from one pose to next pose or one drawing to next drawing. In pose to pose animation, the animator plans his action, figure out the what will be needed to animate the scene and what are the important poses. And the pose to pose animation requires better acting and planning. Follow through and overlapping action. When the main body of any character stops, all the other parts continue to catch up the main mass of the character, such as arms, long hair, clothing, floppy ears, long tail. These follow the main path of action and nothing stops at all once. This is called follow through. Overlapping action. Overlapping action is when character changing a direction, but his cloth or tail follows number of frame late. Those parts moves in different timing than the main body. Slow in, slow out. Less frame makes action faster and more frames makes action slower. Bouncing ball is the perfect example to understand the slow in, slow out movement. When ball bounces up from the ground to the air, going slow into the top pose, and while going down to the ground starts slow falling from the air, that's slow out. This rules applies in all kinds of animation. Secondary action. A secondary action is an action that results directly from another action. Secondary actions are important in adding interest and adding realistic complexity to the animation. Arc. All actions follow an arc slightly circular path except some mechanical device or robot movement. This is especially true of human figure and the action of animals. Arcs give animation a more natural action and a better flow. Arcs used extensively in animation to give motion more smooth and expressive. Timing and spacing. This is an important principle of animation because it gives meaning to the movement. The timing and spacing defines how well idea will be read to the audience. Timing can also define the weight of an object. Two similar objects can appear to be vastly different weight by giving different timing and spacing. Animation is all about timing and spacing. Exaggeration. Exaggeration is not extreme distortion of drawing or extremely broad, violent action all the time. It is like a caricature of facial features, expressions, poses, attitude, and action. Exaggeration in walk or eye movement or even a head turn will give your animation more appeal. Solid posing or drawing. The principle of solid drawing also applies to 3D animation as well. Do not allow your character to twin. This is when character movements are symmetrical on both the side of their body. For example, both their arm moves in a symmetry way at exactly the same time from the same start point to the same end point. Instead, offset their movement so they have a weight to them and that it has to have balance in a 3D environment. Appeal. Appeal is the idea that animation should be appealing to look at. Appeal in this case doesn't have always means pleasant or cute, but it can be simply mean interesting. Regardless, every character and object, every vehicle and building, and every hero or a villain should be enjoyable to look at. If you like my tutorial, you can subscribe and share. Thanks a lot.